The sound was muted, but shout by shout, I was being awakened. Jesse, Jesse, Jesse! But I was elsewhere. My eyes were transfixed on the tiny insect in my hands. My little head was down in the dirt and grass, and the tiny bug in my 5-year-old palms cupped darkness for my wee eyes to peer upon. And I was lost in curiosity, lost in wonder. But the dream of that was snapped awake by so many people calling for my urgent attention, and my head jolted up, and my focus was redirected towards the other young boys quickly pacing right past me as the opposing team kicked the soccer ball through my team's net on their way to victory. Whoops. I guess I was supposed to be holding down the last line of defense for my team, the Panthers. I'd forgotten that I was supposed to care who would win a soccer game on some random Saturday in Texas. And this story has actually been recalled many times in my family growing up, and informs us about who I am in our family dynamic and my particular characteristics. But this is also a story of all of our childhood. Most adults these days struggle with some sort of baseline anxiety. There's a tension between what feels alive in our soul and what must be done to survive the day. When we feel these stressful demands of the structures that have been built up around us, we have endless tasks to complete. We have an ambitious cause to live, and you have to work out. So life itself feels like the crowd calling from the sideline to get in the game, their game. I was ambivalent about something that didn't matter. I was playing a different game. And anyone who spends time around children understands their innocence and what they have and how they teach us these lessons about the forgotten gift of play. And as an artist who lives in Los Angeles, it's so easy to forget that our craft is at its heart play from the soul. No one gets into art as a fallback plan. Just in case, operations management or customer service, that path just doesn't quite work out. We love the life of play. That's our heart's calling. And it's also why people look to artists as a source of wonder. But when rent depends on being creative, the attachment to survive becomes stressed. And so for over 20 years, I've talked with many filmmakers, actors, writers, musicians who struggle with this tension. And I hear something like this on almost a weekly basis. I just want to create something great, but I'm barely getting by. Living the dream, right? And I admit that when my bank account gets scant, my cortisol levels rise and I stress. Survival kicks in. And being creative can feel impossible. The gift that adults give to children is actually the safety to play. And when we feel like tending to our demands keeps us barely surviving, the playground of art remains closed and our lives suffer. So what's the difference between the child who plays freely and the adult who stresses to get in a mere 2 hours of play scheduled into their calendar? It's trust. The child intrinsically trusts food will be on the table. They aren't concerned with shareholders or business growth metrics or just where my next paycheck's coming from. They live in unconscious trust. They assume their needs are met. So the true next level to find some play in your life in a busy schedule is to experience all life as play. The true object of all human life is play. So hopefully this message provides a shift of mindset with an attitude to embrace all life playfully. But ultimately, if your body and your soul feel unsecure and stressed, it won't make a difference. That deep sense of safety to be playful must be felt, not just mentally acknowledged. So I have provided a short guided meditation that will bring you into the state of trust, which will open up this spirit for you. You can access it in the link below. It's called the Mother Earth, Father Sky guided meditation. It's about 10 minutes long with an introduction. And giving 10 minutes to this meditation is one tool that you can use to bring you into the sensation of trust. The greater you are able to engage with life's myriad of experiences as a curious, playful child, the more vividly your own life's artistry will unfold, revealing your true essence for all to witness. I wonder if a single person from the soccer game in the early 80s remembers that day as vividly as I do. Does the winning team still care that they won? Probably not. Maybe if I had paid attention to the soccer game, my team would have had a victory on that day. But then I probably wouldn't have a story to tell.